Hi everybody. Today let's talk about tamoxifen and the side effects from that. I have been on tamoxifen now for a little over 3 months, and I'll say the first thing I noticed right away was dizzy spells. Like literally within hours of taking the first pill, I had a dizzy spell that was so bad that I actually saw stars, and I had to like sit down and take some breaths and get a hold of myself because it was pretty bad, and I was getting those probably like 3 times a day easily for the first week, and then the second week I was getting them maybe once or twice a day. And then by the third week, I only got a few that week, and then it kind of just went away, which was really weird. But that was the first side effect I noticed right away. And of course, the second one is the most common one listed on, if you go on the cancer.org website, the side effects of tamoxifen, the list is like, shoo, really long. I only had about 5 or 6 symptoms of it. There's a lot more than that, but I didn't get that many. So I had the dizzy spells. Hot flashes, yes. Check. Hot flashes. I have been dealing with hot flashes since I was about 29 years old. I'm very used to them. I had fibroids for many years, and I had a hysterectomy from that. But fibroids will mimic menopause. So for years, I thought I was going into early menopause, and come to find out, I had fibroids. So I went right from fibroids to pretty much within a few years breast cancer. So I've been dealing with hot flashes for a long time, and I'm just used to it. So if you've never gotten them before, it kind of feels like your blood is starting to boil. That's what it feels like. And I'm always taking off clothes and putting on clothes and taking off clothes and putting on clothes. So it also has made me wake up at night and stuff like that. Oddly enough, I've only gotten night sweats maybe once. And with fibroids, I had night sweats. As a matter of fact, before I got on the tamoxifen, I had night sweats. And that, I can't even recall the last time that has happened to me. So maybe I'm not getting that anymore. But I did notice the hot flashes, and super duper dry skin was the other thing I noticed pretty quickly. And I talk about that a little bit in my tips and tricks video that I did, but I used coconut oil. I also used to use a regular soap, and I now use a very moisturizing body wash that I didn't use before, and I stopped using, I use a facial wash now, and several lotions on my face as well, because the dry skin is really bad, and it actually affected my nails as well, and I have like splits and brittle nails. I started eating Jell-O. I started using coconut oil at night, and I almost can't get enough moisturizer on my skin. That's all I can say about that. It's inconvenient. It's not the end of the world. One of the things I noticed, almost by accident, but I didn't even know how long it was going on, but I was going to shave my legs, and the hair was very soft and almost not grown in, and I started thinking about how long it had been since I shaved my legs, and it had been like 5 or 6 days, and there was almost no hair growth, and the hair was very, very soft. So that is not the end of the world. I was like, hey, cool, I don't have to shave my legs like once a week. It's good. The problem is I did start to get pretty scared and pretty nervous that I was going to start thinning on my head as well. And that actually kind of, a little bit happened. It got really limp and dull. I started using an alopecia kit from the hairdresser to thicken my hair, and it was a leave-in treatment to thicken and stimulate the follicles and stuff like that, and actually really did work quite well. It seems to have come out of that. I haven't used that shampoo in the last like week and a half, just because what it does do also is make my hair like poof, like crazy frizz. So I'm like, oh, it's making my hair thicker, but it also makes my hair awful. So I stopped using it for a little bit, and my hair doesn't feel that thin. So I think I was just paranoid that was going to be a thing, and it wasn't. So if you don't have to shave, you don't have to shave. It's cool. It's not a bad thing. It's a good side effect. The other thing I've had that is really annoying and is a bad side effect is memory loss. I've had short-term memory loss. I get a foggy brain. I get confused a little bit. Sometimes even in these videos, I have to collect myself a little bit. But it's almost like an adult ADD kind of a thing. And I lose focus. And everybody has some memory loss. You know, where did I put my car keys? Or why did I come into the kitchen? But this has kind of been exacerbated and to a noticeable degree. And it actually does get pretty annoying sometimes when I really can't remember anything. So that's definitely the tamoxifen that is causing that. And I've actually taken to doing sticky notes and things like that. I put notes in my phone now. I've missed appointments. It's so bad that I'll make an appointment at the receptionist desk. I'll make an appointment. I'll say, you've got to write this down on a card because I'm not going to remember this. I get the card, put it somewhere. By the time I get from the office downstairs to my vehicle in the parking lot, I can't remember the appointment, and I can't remember that I have a card. And by the time I get home, I have lost the card. And I can't remember any of that. So I know I have an appointment, so I've actually had to call. So I've started putting them in my phone and giving myself an alarm, because otherwise that is going to happen. So that is really annoying. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. So I will say the hot flashes are very normal. Most people get that. I'm not sure about the hair thinning. I think that's a little rare. I don't know if my oncologist had mentioned that anybody else had ever said that they didn't have to shave their legs, but I don't. I do, but like very, it used to be like every 2 or 3 days. Now I have to do it like once a week. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But I will leave a link in the bottom to thecancer.org, as always. And if you want to see the entire list of tamoxifen side effects, go for it. Hopefully you're like me. And I really almost don't notice that I'm on the pill, other than those couple of little things I mentioned. And the dry skin might even get better when the winter kind of dissipates. As you can see, I'm in the Great White North here, and it's been really cold this week, like polar vortexing it or whatever. So that could be contributing to the dry skin and the brittle nails as well. But anyway, I am planning on doing a hiking series, and I may even go out tomorrow if I can, if the weather permits. I'm going to do some snowshoeing. so I'll probably film that. So if you'd like to see my hiking series, please like and subscribe, and I hope to talk to everybody later. And hopefully your side effects are better than mine, or at least similar. And I will give an update later in the week. I have a pre-op appointment for the tissue expander replacement surgery, so I'll pop back on with that next weekend, and we'll see you then.